Hi, you guys. It's Tiara, and I am back with another reading. This reading is for Virgo, and we are just going to see what comes out. Please take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay? Okay, Spirit, tell me what Virgo needs to know right now under my divine authority. This reading, this space is protected. Only clarity is welcome here. I do not consent to distortion or fragmentation. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Virgo. What does Virgo need to know right now? What's going on with Virgo spirit? Mm. Virgo, you could be coming across very cold right now to some people, or just appearing to be really mentally sharp right now. Yeah, Queen of Swords, Page of Wands. Virgo, watch your words because your communication could be coming off as a little bit defensive or offensive right now. So just be careful with that. Um, I do see here for some of you, there are going to be changes in the way that you communicate. For some of you, this is also going to be you making changes within the community or the friend group that you communicate with frequently. You could venture out and start making new friends through shared interest. Um, Also, you could be seeking out people who you feel like are just more on your level, or these types of people are going to be finding you. So, people that would typically be like loners, super smart, people that kind of like to analyze things, sometimes overanalyze things, those kind of people are going to be super attracted to you right now. Um, but yeah, right now I do see that there's a balance coming in the way that you receive information or give information. So a balance between you being like super cold and kind of calculated to being more inviting but warm. I said something on my Threads account the other day, and I was saying that you know, don't mistake my seriousness for lack of warmth. And Virgo, I think that's what's happening with you right now. And I really think it's just because as a Virgo, being a perfectionist and just being like so super focused on work, people can read that wrong. Um, it could come across as you being a little bit distant, or maybe this is just people feel like when they're talking to you, like you're not present. You are already either thinking about what you want to say, or your mind is just off somewhere else, focused on things that you deem as more important, or things that you feel that you are more passionate about. But you're going to be you're going to be walking from a dead situation, something that hasn't evolved, something that has been stagnant, or maybe this is just the communication between you and a current partner. It's just not intriguing enough, and they're not able to hold your attention. I feel like you're about to come up to in a period where you don't find someone interesting anymore. So there's a decision here that you're making to start looking into how to do something on your own, forging your own path, um, picking a path that's more authentic to you. Yeah, Virgo, I would encourage you if you're trying to think about something like in a super strategic way, I would encourage you to really look into astrology with the star card here in the Hermit. I would really suggest you looking into, just outside of your normal research methods with whatever you're trying to do. Look that up. Also, too, Virgo, some of you may be called to a period of rest, really soon. And this is so you can get clear as far as what you want, who do you still want around, who do you want attached to you, because that's what I think you're assessing. You're assessing your attachments to see, is this worth it? Is this fulfilling? Why am I here? Have I learned something? If I haven't learned anything new from you, if the mental is not stimulated, then we really don't need to be here. And you are taking this sword and just, I don't even see it as you really like, you could be possibly cutting people with your words or just saying some type of harsh truths that causes a pause between the relationship, and it makes either you or the other person figure out, okay, I need to go in this direction, because you or the other person ends up losing hope for where they are now. Okay. So again, back to the you coming off as like being distant, being very cold, being super analytical. People could feel like that you are coming across a little bit pessimistic, losing hope again, not believing in something anymore. You could be, growing up. If this is something that you believed in when you were a child or like a childhood dream, you could be viewing something. This is either you or another person, you could think it's not realistic anymore. Like, that's a fantasy. I'm going to be super practical and grounded and try to think of another way, one that makes sense to my Virgo mind. Because with your mind, if you can't see it, if you can't like conceptualize it in your mind, then you don't believe it to be possible. Even though Virgos are hard workers and will be super persistent in going after the things that they want, you're ruled by Mercury. So being able to see it and to speak it out loud and to really calculate and see the steps or how to do something, you need that before you can ground something and manifest it. Like, it's a part of the way that you manifest. Doing having that inner dialogue is a part of that. And so a lot of you could be going through that, just having lots of internal dialogue and making some decisions that other people don't know about. So to some people, it's going to look rash or like harsh, like, oh, you just, left out of nowhere. But, with Virgo, if I couldn't figure it out, it must not be what it is, or there's something that I don't know. So, you need all of the details. And there is a situation where you are going to be getting all the details about something because you feel like a decision is foolish. It doesn't make sense. You can't quite comprehend how did somebody, how did something happen? Because there is a level of effortlessness here, and something could be coming to you, Virgo, and it's coming in so easy where you don't have to do any work and you don't believe it, because you're the type of person where you feel like you have to work for the things that you want. So a big lesson for you that you're learning right now is how to bring things in without working, without self-sabotaging, without being like super critical, but I feel like critical of yourself. hmm You're going to be getting some evidence really soon. So again, it's something internal, something you've been thinking about. For some of you, this could be, whether or not to move forward in a work relationship, whether or not to continue at with a certain type of work, a certain job, or this is continuing a relationship with an older woman. You could be trying to see how to proceed with that, or that's how somebody's viewing you. Yeah, but Virgo, If I were just watch your words. Just watch your words, Virgo. Because you don't want people walking away from you because they can't take your criticism here. And I feel like your criticism could be coming across as like jokey or happy go lucky, but it's causing either you or someone else to withdraw because they can see beyond the jokes. If this is you, Virgo, you're wise enough to see beyond, the LOL or the charisma and all of those things. And so if something has happened and you have seen beyond and picked up on the undertones of what people are saying around you, then that's why you're going to be losing hope within a situation and choosing not to move forward and choosing to kind of go on your own path. Okay. All right, Virgo. So that is what I have for you. If you want to go deeper and talk about this, please feel free to reach out to me. I do personal and brand readings. You can Well, the description for everything is below, so you can just check there. But yeah, go to the website or email me. But until next time, Virgo, bye.